Kev, we're back for more. Recording segment 3 on a different day than segment 2. And we had a ton of new Spider-Man news drops. So guess what? We're going to continue with segment 2. We're extending to segment 3. First up, we have John Bernthal's new look as the Punisher. Nothing crazy here. But we do get the new look, logo. He's loaded up. Hair. We don't have that. We don't have that, Kev. No hair for us.
Yeah, dude, man, I tell you what, he's looking like something out of a Just for Men ad circa 2002. Man,
Yeah.
that beard has been dyed a little bit. Good look though. You know, he kind of is giving me Jersey Shore vibes with that hair.
Oh yeah, a little yeah. He'd hang out with the boys.
Hey yo, Spider-Man.
Oh, that's the only look we got at him. But the real news, Kev, is something we were quite worried about. Via the Hollywood Reporter, it is they are reporting that Spider-Man, Punisher, and the Hulk will all fight one another before figuring out who the real bad guys are. Kev,
if I hadn't shaved today, James, I would have done a whole bit where I went and got my clothes from yesterday so we could do a few moments later and be like, oh, right. Look at that. Oh, how silly of us to be worried that they might be doing the oldest comic book trope in the books.
They're doing it
at this point. Oh man. How do you feel about it, James?
It seems lazy. Like you said, it's the oldest one. We got this in an Avengers movie. We got Cap, Thor, and Iron Man all fighting. That's the exact storyline of the first Avengers movie. Before realizing who the bad guys were. Literally just replaced the names. So not a fan of it. I also, Kev, okay, the Hulk and Spider-Man can fight, right? The Punisher cannot fight the Hulk. Not in this universe. He'll get squished. He'll get smooshed.
Yeah. Did anyone see Marvel's Incredible Hulk back when it was starring one Edward Norton? Didn't he take out like an entire regiment of the army? Like multiple tanks were involved.
Yeah.
I know Punisher's had his runs. You know, he's killed the whole Marvel universe in a comic run. But yeah, I agree with you. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
why is any of this necessary? You can't have these characters interact without doing that nonsense of having them fight. And I guess the Punisher being at odds, maybe if it's like the Punisher is fighting the Hulk and Spider-Man's trying to arrest the Punisher, I could see that. But if they go as far as saying that Bruce Banner doesn't remember that Spider-Man is a good guy and therefore starts fighting Spider-Man, that's going to piss me off a little bit, James, because this whole sorcerer's spell that got us here was dumb enough already.
Yeah,
we just talked about it. It's one thing to say, oh, nobody's remember who Peter Parker is, but would they all of a sudden just forget that Spider-Man ever did anything? Like he literally helped you
save the world.
Yeah, he fought aliens with you, and you're gonna somehow. And we have Smart Hulk, so you can't even go back to the. Mm-hmm. Oh well, Hulk's a rage monster. Yeah. He's not gonna know anymore. No, you've thrown that out the window too. So I can't see a path forward for this one, James, where it doesn't just feel.
My only thought is it has to be a different universe to make sense. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense either. They didn't move them universes. I hope that's not the story. It just lazy, man.
Especially with the universe thing. We're doing street level Spider-Man for once, but also there's
he's gonna
people
be
from
fighting.
other dimensions.
Yeah, he's gonna be fighting the Hulk and the Punisher. Also, what's the Hulk doing on street level in New York? What is he doing? He's just knocking buildings down. It goes crazy, and the Punisher's trying to take him out, and then Spider-Man gets involved. None of it makes sense to me.
Didn't he raising his kid or something? Didn't or are we or is Marvel like
Oh,
the rest of us just forgetting that She-Hulk existed? Because I'm okay with that. If
I'm okay with it. But
cards on the
yeah,
table.
wasn't he? It almost like felt like that was going to lead into a World War Hulk movie, but we discussed we don't know if they can do that or not. We don't really know. So
Yeah. So oof, they
I
are who we thought they
disappointing.
were, James.
They really are, and that's really sad. But Kev, in more exciting news, I think we'll see what your thoughts are on this. Um, IGN reporting that Spider Punk is getting an animated spin-off from the Spider-Verse. Let's see. It's actually Deadline reported this that it is early development for the Spider Punk animated feature. No details yet, other than the same actor, Daniel. It's Kaluuya. Can't say his last name. We know I'm terrible with this. Will reprise his role as Spider Punk from Across the Spider Verse. He's going to be also showing up in Beyond the Spider Verse here. Um, he is
Great.
obviously Spider Hulk's kind of a cult character. Fits really well with the vibes of um, the Beyond the Spider Verse movies, Kev. So, are you excited for this? Are you indifferent? Are you wanting to hear more? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I admittedly knew of Spider-Punk coming into the across the Spider-Verse, that trilogy that we're waiting on the third leg
Mm-hmm.
for, but didn't know a lot about the character. I thought it was a great addition and been one of the core characters, especially, that second movie.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of, I think, the more important characters in that little
Yeah,
ensemble. So
movies are so good. They're so
I'm
fun.
all I'm all about it. I think it could be cool. I am assuming that this would come out after the next movie. So
Yeah, the next movie is deep in development right now, which comes out next year. So this would, I mean, I think you're talking earliest 2028, if not 2029 for this. So it's a ways out.
which,
Mm.
doesn't tell us much. It could always be a prequel. We never
Yeah, you
know.
never know.
Conventional wisdom says we know who's not dying in the final
Yeah,
movie now, but maybe this will be
yeah.
before the
That and
Spider-Verse.
there's
There was
they do
Spider.
all kinds of crazy universes over there. That's part of the series. So there's a lot of different ways. His backstory is really cool. So I don't know much about him, but they've got a little blurb here. So he's first introduced in 2015 as a homeless teenager. He becomes obviously the hero to the citizens of New York in his own universe. Um, Obviously, people love him for his punk rock attitude and everything. And then he is the leader of an underground resistance against Norman Osborn's authoritarian rule. He's also not completely sold on this idea of the Spider Society. So that he's quite a bit different backstory there. I think there could be a lot of fun with if Norman Osborn is ruling, overlording over everyone. It could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that is a cool story dynamic that has been used at different levels. I mean, I think what is it in the Civil War comic run? Doesn't Norman get put in charge of Shield and stuff like that? So is
There's some all kind. Yeah, there's some wild
that could
stuff. Yes.
that could be a lot of fun. I'm here for this. I've been, I think, pretty consistent with my feelings towards the smaller stories. Like, to me, this is exactly the right use for this whole multiverse concept. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think everything needs to be tied together. And I think stuff like this is the right idea. So, another good one from Marvel. So you're right, a little bit of a bounce back here. It wasn't
Yep.
all bad news on the Spider-Man front. And while we're talking good news, I
This
want
is
to
more Sony than Marvel, though. Do not forget that.
yes, but
Yeah.
that's okay because we're going to give Marvel a little bit of a come up here with this next spot because James, one of the things I did see today that I thought was a good sign was there's actually footage from the set of Spider-Man
Yes, there
of
is.
our boy actually web slinging. He was out there swinging
Correct.
around between some cranes,
We won't
and
post
that
it. It's
is
pretty
great.
readily available, but that huge like truck machine they're driving, and I think it's a stunt. There might have been some of Tom, but I know there's a bunch of a stunt double like swinging back and forth. It's pretty cool
Yeah,
footage.
out here on his flying
Really,
Graysons, dude.
yeah, it really doesn't spoil anything if you want to go check it out, but it's pretty cool. The machine is wild, and this is after the director of the last movie said you couldn't do it because it looked weird. So for them to be doing it is awesome.
You know what? I don't want to speak ill of the director, but for anybody, especially somebody with a Disney budget, to say that something can't be filmed
Mhm.
is ridiculous, dude. This isn't the 1970s anymore. And
He
hell, we
said,
just reviewed all those old Star Wars movies and look at all the crazy stuff they were able to
yeah,
accomplish 40 years
he
ago.
said
So don't
something
give me
along the
that.
lines of it looked weird. Paraphrasing there.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that the way they filmed it
He
was
said it
good.
looked like
I'm just
it was like a monkey swinging on a rope from trees.
yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's fair. I could see how that happens. Again, I would argue that that is on the production team, not that
Yes, correct.
it's unfilmable. That's crazy. And clearly we're seeing it. So hopefully it doesn't end up looking like Black Adam or Superman flying, because that is honestly, I don't care. It could literally be him swinging from ropes from building to building. I would still take that over the whole whatever they're doing with that fish eye freaking
Yep.
dude's flying straight into the camera and his head's all big. You know, just as long as it ain't that, I'm good with it.
It's not that. So good news. So bad news, good news on the Spider-Man front. They're doing exactly what we hoped they wouldn't for the movie. However, we get another animated movie in a series from a studio that's done great with the animated movies. So we'll take it, right? Good with the
Yes,
bad
we
right now,
will.
and we shall see. And then we get the practical swinging effect, so that's fun. So hopefully by the time we record the next one, there won't be any more Spider-Man news. This should be the last for the week, but we shall see, Kev. We shall see.
Tapped out, Spidey.
No more.